Hey, good afternoon, Dr. Gabon.
Hey, Brenda, how are you?
Good, good.
Yeah, let's pack our bag. Let's pack our bag. Let's go. Let's go.
Halfway there.
Hi, Frank, Renee.
Oh, good. Say it. Oh.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, hi,
Hey,
Mr.
Raymond.
I like the shirt, Frank.
Thank you.
Somebody's wearing my scrubs.
Said someone's
Oh,
wearing
my word.
scrubs.
I'm good. How are you? I know, Brenda. I'm going to pack my bag. Frank, I'm going to make you the co-host.
Oh, yes, please. Thank you. I guess Karank means you thinks you're talking to him, so.
Oh, yeah, he can be. If you have a
Yeah,
computer, you can
he's
put him a
definitely, he's got a better eye for the computer screen than I do, so.
Bree, I'm gonna make you a co-host also. So you're gonna help me. Miss Emily, I'm already packing my scrubs. I have a space for Emily right there with me, with a little
That's
bit
right.
me, Natalia.
Pack me away with it.
I know. It is so much excitement. We had one of person from Minister of Health yesterday from Tanzania, who is like a decision maker in Tanzania, and we were talking about help baby breathe, neonatal resuscitation, all the training. They need that. Postpartum hemorrhage. Do you remember all the drills we used to do in Ohio?
Oh my, I looked them up. I pulled up a video we had.
Yes, all the mock drill for postpartum hemorrhage, yes. Yeah, sharpen them up, sharpen them up. We have extra
Yes.
people, yeah. That's good. We're gonna give her one more minute and then we can start because people who are here early. Oh, there's Miss Teresa. That's good.
Okay. Bree, how are you?
Good. How are you?
All right, hang it in there. Teresa.
Yes.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Miss Teresa. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for coming.
Just,
Yeah.
I have to let you know that I bought my second box of Cliff Bars already from Costco. The first one disappeared, I guess, incredibly fast.
Awesome.
And now we're
Which
working on
flavor?
what's the chocolate chip one, and then it's the peanut butter. It's like two different ones in the box. That's the only
Oh,
one they
nice.
sell. I know they have different flavors, but
He has been stamping them up. He's doing you justice. At the end
I'll tell you
of
one
this,
thing though, that
at the
I'm
end of
sorry.
this, he's gonna tell you which one is the favorite.
They're definitely filling, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so
they definitely are.
I know it's already 1:05, and in respect of time, we're gonna start. So welcome to the second general meeting for the QHSC friends and members. This meeting is focusing on reviewing the trips, things that we need to do now before going to Tanzania, and while we're in Tanzania and when we get back. So it is exciting. I mean, there's a lot of people who have shown interest that they want to come to the medical mission. So this is the meeting to be able to come in and learn what it entails to go to the medical mission, what you need to do to prepare for it and make sure you are safe. Because my goal of taking you guys is to make sure I take you in one piece and I bring you back in one piece. Meaning there's certain things that we need to follow to make sure you are safe on, going to Tanzania and coming back. That's the reason I decided to make this meeting for people to register, is to make sure I get your email. And then everybody who attend to this meeting, we get a lot of information about the medical mission. We don't just send it to everybody else because there's so many things in there, not necessarily that is for public consumption. So, and that's why I wanted those email. On the email, we're gonna probably get 5 attachments. One of them is gonna be the budget, which tells you how much you're gonna pay tentatively now, and then how the itemized things are, and then at the end, how much do you need to sorry, somebody was texting me, how much you need to give out now, and then of course before going over there. So whatever the prices that you see today, those are tentative until we like pay. For example, for flights, you see maybe 1,100 right now. So you have to like have those 24 hours for you to pay, and then that's why you secure the price. So most of the time it might be a little bit change, $5 more, $5 less, or whatever it is. But it's close to that part. It's not going to be like $100 difference. No, it's usually like just within those range. So that was one document. The second document is going to be the travel requirement. I spell out exactly what things need to be done now, what you need to tell your physician, the primary doctors, what you need to have before you go immunization-wise, anti-malaria medication, and what do you need to tell them the dosage so they give you the right dose, and then what do you need, where did we get the information, which we get for the CDC. So that will be the second document. The third document is going to be explanation of where we're going to stay. So you see what the amenities are. They're not fancy, but they're not horrible. It's just we're going for medical mission, so it's not a vacation. If you want a vacation, you can come back and then go to a fancy place, which is fine. But we're going to try and make this medical mission as exciting as we can while we're providing care for those people who are less fortunate than us. So that will be the third documentation. And then the fourth one is just, of course, the link of this meeting, so you can get an outline of what things we discuss. And if you have any question, just let me know. As I said, it's going to be a lot of communication back and forth to make sure you guys understand what exactly is the requirement for you now, and then what information you need to give me to make sure we secure our place in Tanzania. And then of course, you give me your contact information for the US. So just in case if there's an emergency, we can contact your family members as soon as we can and make sure they are okay. And of course, we want your family member to go with us, meaning we give them the WhatsApp group, and then they will follow us every single day when we are posting. And of course, they want to see their family member, what they're doing outside the country. But I would never take you anywhere where I don't feel it's safe for me. So more likely, if I say, please don't go somewhere, please don't go. You might get to make friends, which I agree. You can make friends in Tanzania very quickly because people in Tanzania are very friendly. And they're very welcoming. So I don't want you just to take off and go because you met them online on the Facebook or on the YouTube or wherever. Please, I just want to make sure your safety is my priority. So I want to take you from here to there safely and bring you back. Okay, as I said, all this information, you're going to get it on the email. And so we're going to go over through during the meeting, but don't get overwhelmed. It's just we're trying to condense this stuff so people can get just an idea, because some people have never done medical missions. So sometimes it sounds so fancy out here, and then when it comes to what you need to do, people get scared. So I want to make sure I give you as much information as we can, and please let me know and ask me questions to make sure you understand. And once you confirm, then we get to work. And that's the time I'm just going to give you which area you need to go to, what area you're going to be practicing, and what the requirement for those areas. Any questions? Hello, Mr. Mike. How are you? Good. Okay. Good. Thank you.
Good.
Good. Good. Okay. So if not, I know probably everybody who is here, but for the sake of introduction, my name is Dr. KARIBUNI. I am so excited. I'm the president, CEO, and founder of Dr. KARIBUNI QHSC. We are focusing on quality healthcare solutions and consulting, meaning we want to go and teach the whole world and share our knowledge to improve, to empower the healthcare workers to take care of family members and friends in the world, and also engage in a community outreach to help the young people who are coming in, teach them health prevention, health promotion, disease prevention, to make sure they're growing up in the safe and clean environment. So I always get excited with this meeting, so bear with me, because I'm just like, as soon as I see a lot of people coming in and show interest to go to our little country called Tanzania, I get excited. So we do have the board members. Some of them are here, some of them may be coming in and out. But for those who are here, if you can just introduce yourself quickly. I see Mr. Frank Siakabe. You want to say hi quickly?
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Parag Siakabe and I'm the Vice President of QHSC, and I was there on the medical mission last year. And another thing I would say is it's not, I guess, as some people think it is. I would tell you that some of us older gentlemen, towards the end, we were limping. We started getting these little ailments, started coming back and stuff like that. So it's a grind. It is a grind. And I have my son Parag here with me, so he's going to be coming with us as well. So,
and thank you, Miss Catherine Dudek, our treasurer. You want to say hi?
Hello, everyone. My name is Catherine. I am a registered nurse in Florida, and I'm the treasurer of QHSC. And I also went last year, and I had an unbelievable time in Tanzania. It was so much fun, but like Parag said, it is very hard work. So I'm very happy to see all these extra hands here.
We have Miss Jessica Mkonyi from Tanzania.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica Mkonyi. I'm Secretary of QHC in Tanzania. I can't wait to see you. You are warmly welcome to Tanzania.
Thank you. Jessica is always help us with the logistic in Tanzania. She gets to work, and so you see her running around and making stake around us just to make sure we are safe over there. We get what we need. We go where we're supposed to. So you get to know her very well. And also she works with Magnet Youth Soccer Club, which I think Mr. Mike Doris will be excited to hear about that. So they have an organization there with the youth athletics who are playing soccer. And then so that's part of our organization on the community engagement to teach them health promotion, minor injury prevention, and just keep them, those athletics physically fit. And I know Mr. Raymond Siakabe also is going to be involved with those kids, and also Mr. Parag Rene to help with those activities, and of course the media part of it. So thank you. Who is other board members? Oh, Miss Irene Gaboni. She's one of the QHSC advisor.
Hi, my name is Irene Gabone, and I'm a registered nurse in Shenango Memorial Hospital in Norwich, New York. I've been a nurse for 10 years. I've worked different departments, med-surg, ambulatory surgery, recovery room, infusion centers, different things like that. I'm so excited for you guys to go in Tanzania. Unfortunately, I'm not going this time, but I'm a member of QHSC, and I'm supporting this group, and I'll be following your trip.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we need people back here to help us navigate through things. So thank you very much. I think those are the board members who are here right now. When they come in, we can introduce them later. And then so for the sake of just knowing people who are here, I'm just gonna let the other people introduce, because there's only 10 more people left. Just say hi, and then so we can start. I'm gonna start with Mr. Raymond.
Hi, everyone. I'm Raymond, Parag's brother and Parag's son. I'm an EMT in Virginia.
Thank you. We need the EMT. There's few more stories about the EMT transport patient from one hospital to another. You get to help with that. So thank you. Ms. Teresa.
Hi, I'm Teresa Cooper, a nutrition scientist, and teaming up with Miss Kristen on the nutrition team.
Thank you very much. Ms. Bree.
Hello, my name's Bree. I'm currently a nursing student at South University. Dr. Gabon's my teacher, and this will be my first official medical mission trip.
Very good. Miss Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily Rosenberg. I've been a NICU nurse for 20 years, and I'm currently an educator and love all things babies. That's what I know.
That's good. And she's going to help teach, help a baby breathe virtually here from US to Tanzania. And I'm
Yes.
trying to recruit her and pack out my suitcase so she can go with us to Tanzania.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Mr. Parankarane.
All right, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Parag Siakabe. I'm with the media team for the medical mission trip, and this will be my first time in Tanzania.
Karibu sana. Miss Brenda.
Hey guys, I'm Brenda. I'm a registered nurse in Georgia, and this is my first mission trip, first time in Tanzania. So I'm excited.
Yes, karibu sana. Miss Christine Behuni.
Hi, I'm Kristen Buhuniak. I'm a school teacher. I've been lucky enough to go to Tanzania for two missions already, and I'm really excited to start the nutrition group this year.
Thank you very much. So, Ms. Christian is like almost like a founding people who have been going for all those group medical mission for QHSC. So, and we value her contribution for schools. And now she's going to be working with the nutrition, which is the big thing. You know, like if the kids go to school hungry, they're not going to be able to learn. So Ms. Christine and Ms. Teresa are working hard at the nutrition part of this medical mission. So it's a huge impact, but we're excited and we know we can do it. So that's great.
Can I add a quick story?
Yes.
And I'm sure that Catherine can attest to this. I was listening to Catherine, and I don't know, maybe it was Valentine, and they were talking about Miss Kristen, and they said, oh yeah, she's a two-timer. And, you know, me being an old school guy, you know, I was like, oh my God, they're gossiping about her. But that means that she's been on to the mission twice. So this time she'll be a three-timer. So.
Yes. So
Very funny.
Okay, Mr. Mike. Oh, you bring a little baby with us?
Yeah, really
No,
do.
sorry, we didn't hear what you said. You froze.
I apologize. Yeah, you got a guest with us. But my name's guys. Apologize. I
Go
said,
ahead.
My name's Mike Doris from Cincinnati. I'm helping out with the basketball program, training and organizing it as well. I also do a little bit of photography and things of that matter. So I appreciate you guys bringing me in.
Oh no, thank you very much. Thank you. We say
No
Karibu
problem.
sana, Tanzania. We just say Karibu sana. It means welcome to Tanzania. Yeah, Imani.
Hi, I'm Leah Imani Siaka. I'm Parag Siakabe's daughter, Raymond and Parag. Sister in graphic design aspect of the mission. So I guess the media team. So hi, nice to meet you all.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, we cannot wait to see your creativity in play. So thank you. I know it's Mr. Daniels there, but I don't see him anymore.
Yeah, he was having problems hearing us. He said he couldn't hear us. So I think he might have logged out. He'll be logging back in. So.
Okay, so no, that's fine. We can let him introduce himself when he gets back. Okay, guys, thank you everybody for coming in. And I said we have a few more people, but some of them, of course, working with healthcare workers, they have prior commitment at the hospitals, and that's why we don't have them here with us. But in future meetings, then we should have. As I said, we're just gonna go down the list of things that we need to have or to know before the medical mission. And then I will give you a chance out of it to ask questions afterward. So I'm gonna, as I said, all these documents that I'm gonna show with you, I am gonna send them through the email. So just listen in and see if you have any questions, then ask, and then later on you can review them again by yourself. Okay, so let me share my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So for this medical mission, I'm just going to give you a little background. We have 7 areas to go and focus on this time. So 3 of areas are acute, which means like in the hospital, and the other areas are in community. So we're going to work with 3 hospitals. One of them is called the Muhimbili, that's the regional hospital. Or referral hospital means like everybody who is sick in a different hospital, they're sent to that hospital. The second hospital is Mwananyamala, that's the district hospital. And then the third one is Buguruni, that's the health center. So it's almost like level 1, 2, and 3. for nurses who knows what is that. And then so Buguruni, like you can feed it to Mwananyamala or feed it to Muhimbili, or Mwananyamala can feed it to Muhimbili, but most of the time Muhimbili, those are the acute area. So with the location in Tanzania, it's very hard for transportation from one hospital to the other, and that's why I was teasing Mr. Raymond that since he has experience with the EMT, he'll be able to join in and help us to review those information requiring to get from one hospital to the next. So how the nurse prepare the patient before and after. But anyway, so those 3 areas we're gonna, we have the name of the experts from US and experts from Tanzania who are collaborating right now. Once we get confirmation from you guys, then I will put you in the different groups to see where you can fit in. That will be fine. So another area of the community we're going to school is called the Minazini, like letter K, Minazini Primary School, where we do have teachers from here and teachers from there in Tanzania who are working diligent to try to itemize things that we're going to teach during the school time. We are going to do with letter H, Magnet Youth Association. So we're going to send our experts in athletes and to go and help them a little bit with nutrition education, and then the minor injury prevention and first aid kits and all those stuff health related to help these young people not to break their bones. Or if they break their bones, then they need to notify the coaches and their parents so they can being taken care of. One of the areas in the school, we're going to do the vision screening with Dr. Vanessa Stanville. She is going to work with other optometrists from Tanzania. And then so they're going to be screening all these 830 kids to try and identify kids who have visual impairment and the issues like that. And then refer them to either the Mwananyamala or Muhimbili, whoever is, how closest they are, the kids could go to the hospital. So that's one of the area, and also for the operative skills area, Dr. Gwen is going to work with anesthesia and CRNAs in Tanzania to develop the education so they can address those issues about preparing the patient before, during, and after surgeries. So the topics that we're going to cover is going to be HBB means help baby breathe. So that's just to try and transition the baby. When the baby is born, they need to take a breath. So if not, then how do we manage it? So this limited resource area, especially the 2 hospitals. So instead of saying neonatal resuscitation, advanced resuscitation, like what we do in US, we call it help baby breathe. So you take the technological devices out and then just use whatever you have to resuscitate the baby. So we're gonna do some training, like 6 sessions before we get there. And then when we get there, we're gonna do the skills check. The same thing for postpartum hemorrhage, anesthesia, burn area, and newborn transitioning and thermoregulation, and maternal diabetic screen. So they said once everybody sign up and start getting tickets, then we put you in the group so to know for sure how many people fits where. So you get more details on that. For the school, the topics that anybody who's going to go to the school is going to be doing the education on hand washing technique and dental hygiene, nutrition education, just to try and teach the kids what they need to eat, especially something with the protein, because the majority of the diet in Tanzania is carbohydrates. So we need to find ways of encouraging these children to eat food with protein. The problem is not everybody can afford to buy meat. So suggestion of meat or chicken or whatever is out of the question. Yes, we can talk about it, but we need to focus on the like beans or peanuts, things that they can go get them from their farm or garden and then be able to access and eat. Because these kids need to grow. So for growth for pediatric population, they do need protein. So Ms. Catherine Dudek created a pamphlet of dietary education. So we're working on to make sure it's translated in Swahili so we can be able to use it for our school. We are going to try to solicit funds to get breakfast for these kids who they come to school without eating. So it's hard to study if your brain is hypoglycemic. So we are working with different corporate sponsors to try and get some money out of it. Ms. Teresa is working also with Ms. Christian to get hopefully some grants to try and help us pay for it. So if anybody knows anybody who can support the nutrition part, will be greatly appreciated. So let me know, and then I can refer you to Ms. Teresa and Ms. Christine to help with that. The vision screening is covered by Dr. Vanessa Sandler, but there are some people who are going to be added to it to help the process through it. The sports management and workshop also is going to be covered. We do have a lot of experience and experts from those areas, like Mr. Mike, Mr. Raymond, and Mr. Paranka Rene. They're going to help us with that workshop for those kids. So then we're going to work to try and help them to get them physically fit. Also, of course, everybody who is going, we're going to be working so hard, long hours. So sometimes 10 hours, sometimes 12 hours. So weekend, we need at least to relax and go and discover what Dar es Salaam offers. So we are working on to get the arrangement to go to the safari. This is like a national park, it's called the Southern Safari. So we might be going like Friday night to Saturday. We're still making an arrangement to see the availability of the rooms and stuff. Or we might go Saturday morning and come back Saturday night and then go back to work. So that's why I said the tentative is the 17th and 18th. Our weekend is so we're gonna be out. And then it's close to the beach, so we'll be able to go to the beach and at least touch Indian Ocean. So when you come back, you can say, yeah, I went to Tanzania and touched Indian Ocean. And so we'll continue working with the media, like sending information, word of mouth to try and recruit people who wants to come. But also when you're recruiting them, just tell them this is not a vacation. This is a working trip. And then so, yes, weekend we're gonna relax at least to get to know the country. Fundraising, we still continue doing the GoFundMe, Facebook, Cash App, Venmo, and people still give cash or checks, we take it. So anybody who wants to support you or support the organization, we welcome all the donation. As of now, we do have a corporate sponsor who is a Safari Diurno, who is working with us about the Safari, Southern Safari, and he's giving us good rates to be able to go to those safari. Because the tourist part is expensive, so we are working with him, and he's helping us, and also he's promoting our organization and pay 10% of those people who are booking for the trip, so he can give us a good rate. So we thank him for that. We're still collecting a lot of donations right now, so we are planning to ship them in June. So if you have other donations, school supplies, things to go to donate for the hospitals, if you can get them now, and especially the month of May, just let me know when you get them, and then how we can ship them, so we'll be able to ship them in June. So they'll be there in September when we get them to distribute those things. So a lot of stuff that when people are donating, they're always asking, what am I gonna get back? So if you're donating in US, we have those non-profit, it is a non-profit organization, tax exempt donations. So if they give us any donation, we give them the tax ID number. So at the end of the year, they can claim and get reimbursed because of donation to the non-profit organization. We take a lot of stuff that we already said for school supplies. And if you're not sure if we're gonna accept those donations, let me know. I will give you the list of all those things that we can accept for this medical mission. Okay, so I know most of the time when people want to go to the medical mission, they want to know what exactly do I need to know. So what I say, you have to have a passport. Like right now, you should have a passport, and it should not be expiring within 6 months. You should have more than 6 pages, blank 6 pages, because you'll be traveling, going through the layovers and different countries, so they might stamp on your passport. So you have to have at least 6 pages blank for you to be able to go and come back without any problem. If not, just apply for a new one. Right now, the ticket, I'm going to give you the breakdown. The ticket ranges from $889, like from Washington, DC to Dar es Salaam. Some people from Charlotte, they may get up to $1,278, just because the airline that we are working on, it might be expensive from those cities. So this is not set in stone. When we talk to the agency, they're gonna walk you through and give you options. You can choose which airport you wanna come from, and then they will tell you how much you can save and something like that. So this is just a range. So the cheapest, at least as of now, using either Qatar or Turkish airline, is between 800 up to 1,200 and something like that. But it's going to be individualized. And then, so we always encourage everybody to get the travel and medical insurance. This is independent of what you have here in the United States. It's not that expensive. So, and this one is dependent to the amount of the price of your ticket. So let's say if I pay the $12.78, more likely my travel insurance could be $60 or maybe $58. Also depending on the age. So people who are younger than me, you're gonna pay even cheaper than that. So some people like last year, they were paying almost $28 for their travel insurance. This just covers those 2 weeks for the medical mission. And then that's an added to what you have routinely. And if you don't have insurance, that's fine, but still we can get this one. This one is just in case if something happens when you're in Tanzania and then we need to fly you back. So then that, it covers that part. It covers also your ticket, it covers your, if you're sick, to be brought back to the United States. So that's always how we encourage you to have, because we are going to a country that you've never been there, and the health system is there, yes, but it's also expensive for you to get what you need according to the American standard of healthcare. So that's why we encourage you to get that insurance, medical insurance for travel insurance purposes. Everybody's gonna need visa, and visa is electronic visa, which is $100. So once you get a ticket, we confirm, then we give you the invitation letter, you go and ask for the visa. I'll give you all this screenshot page by page how to fill out, and I'll be happy to even walk you through when you're doing it when it comes time. Another things that is added in there, if you're a healthcare worker, a nurse or a doctor, so there's temporary license fees, $100 for nurses, and doctors is $500. So the NPs, we're still working on to try and figure out what the range, because in Tanzania we don't have nurse practitioners levels. So we've been talking to people in the government to try and see how much they were willing to ask for the nurse practitioners. But that's an individual, and we're going to ask that part. We encourage you to talk to a physician, primary physician, to get those medication, vaccine, and anti-malaria. I will give you a document which has exactly the information that you need to share with your doctor. And then, of course, this is not a vacation, so you pack minimum. Majority of your clothing, you will be the scrubs. Yes, the organization is going to give you at least one scrub set, so we can match, all of us, we can have to show our unit. And we get a couple of t-shirts to be able to, when we go to community outreach, so we match and we present ourselves as the organization. But majority of the time, you're going to need scrubs. So to be easier, those are, even for people who are doing the exercise and stuff, you have something that identify you as a part of the group for QHSC. And there's some local expenses. So once we get there, accommodation, transportation, food, safaris and stuff, all those expenses we should be paid by July 15. That helps us to secure what we need to get from Tanzania. Because remember, once you pay, that's when it counts that it's written down. Otherwise, the price fluctuation is there. Transportation, we have to find somebody who can give us transportation for everywhere we need to go. But then, once we confirm the ticket, we get your visa, then we start worried about things in Tanzania, accommodation, transportation, food. By then, because we know for sure you are going, and then we'll be able to pay a deposit and be able to secure our logistic when we're there. Just to give you a heads up for your phone, so for US, 110 to 120, for Tanzania is 220 to 240 volts. We give you more information. We give you a little type of adapter that we usually buy, so you can go, when you get to Tanzania, you plug in at the wall and you use the adapter to charge your phone and everything else like that. So more to come on that. Okay, any questions before I start sharing my two other screen with item stuff? I'm almost done with my stuff. Any questions?
I was just going to mention that the adapters usually have a socket for the plug, as well as sometimes a few USB ports as well. So.
Yes, so we show you the real picture. It's sold in Amazon. Of course, everything is Amazon. And then we do have Amazon Smile. So if you can put us our as your non-profit organization donation group. You don't pay anything extra. Whatever you pay, the Amazon give us 0.05% of whatever you spend. So whether you support us or not, you're gonna pay exactly the same amount of whatever items you're getting. So we appreciate any support from that. Okay. Is there anybody on questions? I can go back to those two documents and then I'll be done on my side and then allow questions and let people who have gone before share their stories.
I have one question.
Yes.
On a particular scrubs as a group or just any colors?
So we usually
Okay.
try to, because of the heat, the dust and stuff, we try darker colors, you know, like a dark blue, maroon maybe, but dark blue, black, even light blue, I think. We have like samples. I will send you the pictures and stuff. So it's just a regular dark color blue, scrubs. Even I think dark green was, yes. We don't want somebody to wear white because it's very dusty. So going to the transportation from the hotel to the hospital, you get there even before you get there. I mean, they still wear whites over there. They're used to it. Yeah, but for us, we want to be as comfortable as we can, and because sometimes you travel in an open car, so it's not as luxurious as the air conditioning and fancy stuff like that. Yeah, but it'll be good. Yeah, but we'll give you the pictures of samples of the colors and stuff. And then I will show you the video that last medical mission, Miss Catherine and Miss Valentine's wore the scrubs. Miss Valentine wore the color that we provided, the organization provided, which is like dark blue. And then Miss Catherine wear like purple, so which is darker color. So still we'll be fine. Because everybody's gonna have a badge, everybody's gonna have the what did you say, Ms. Kristen?
The logo?
The logo, yes. So we can have, so everywhere you go, people can identify who you are. Okay, so let me go over through the document. This is, as I said, don't think of how much information is in there. You're gonna get a copy of this as soon as the meeting is over. I just wanna touch on it so at least you know what it is. Okay, I'm gonna start with this. Is everybody can see this budget?
Yes.
So this is an example, like for example, for me, my ticket right now, it shows from Miami to Dar es Salaam using Turkish Airlines. So you can see right now, my ticket is $11.28. And usually we give them like $20 for the person who's working on all these tickets, just the tip, you know, like trying to be good Samaritan. Anyway, so if it's $11.48, when I pay the visa is $100. When I do my insurance, it's $61. But I said mine, I think, is most expensive than majority of you guys, just because of the ticket. If you pay the $800, $889, or you're close to that, so you are and you are younger, the amount of the insurance is going to be probably like $35 or $45, so which is fine. And then so miscellaneous, this I just put like $150 just in case if you are there, maybe something happens and you have to transport from one area to, you have just your money with you to use. That's $150. That's for you. You don't need to give me, you keep it that yourself. And then so because I'm a nurse, I need to get a license. I pay $100. If you're not a healthcare worker, that minus that $100. So right now the meals 1,800 shillings. And then so if you multiply that, it's 258 for 14 days, because 2 meals, lunch and dinner, and then for the accommodation now is $30. We are working on, because it depends on how many people we are, we're gonna lower that amount, because the more people we have, the more discount we get. So right now, if this was done for 10 people, if we're more than 10 people, definitely it's gonna be less than that. So right now it's like 390 for 13 days. And then so the safari is 308. This is like, you know, like traveling to go over there to, and the fees on the game reserve, going around in the beach and stuff, that's $390. And then, I mean, sorry, that's the room. 390 is the room where we stay for those 13 days. 380, those are for the safari. And then so we have accommodation for one night is $50. Again, the more people we have, it's gonna get lower to less than that. if there's 20 people, we get to $40. So if there's 30 people, hopefully we're gonna get to $30. So I'm working on it. So it's gonna get less and less and less as soon as we get know who is coming. So meals, sometimes if the trip is too long, we might decide to stop by and eat, going and come back. So that's $30 going and come back. However, if we make an arrangement, once we know how many people we are, we might find somebody who's preparing a takeaways or something like that. That might go down to $10 each way, so maybe $20 or maybe $15. So when I put those in red, more like we're working on it, it's gonna be less than that. And then so we plan in between there, if there's an activity, something a day that people wants to go out and hang out. So I put $70, does not mean that for one meal is $1. No, this is probably 2 or 3 nights. If once we get the schedule secured and there's only 2 nights, or sometimes we get people from Tanzania who invite us for dinner and we don't pay anything else, that may be half of it or maybe nothing. So it could be taken out. Okay, the last one is for the COVID, of course, COVID. So usually we do the $25 when we get to the airport, and then when we come back is $100. As far as I know, last week they announced that for the COVID, they were cutting it down instead of $100 to $50. I left it there because once we get our visa, that's the time we know, we get information from the embassy, knowing how much we have to pay at that time. And then so more like it's gonna go be less than that. So, but I left it there just to have the maximum budget, but more likely we're gonna pay less than that. So to add them up, so if you are send the cash up for after you get your ticket and everything else, it's only $15.76 that you send it to me to be able to pay for Tanzania activities. So look at the top part, which you pay for your ticket, because that's when you have to pay your own, because you have to say where you're coming, which airport you're coming, and the visa and stuff. For those ones, you have to do it yourself. But the rest of the part on the bottom is like $15.76. More like it's gonna be way less than that when we confirm everything after knowing how many people are going. So as of now, the maximum is 2,758, but you have to be a healthcare worker, you have to want to do all those stuff in there. So last year, the maximum was 2886. If you see that middle column all the way to the bottom. So we are getting less than last year, but also definitely it's gonna be less than that. I'm suspecting it's gonna be probably 23 or 25, that much, just to guess, but you might get less if the tickets from here to Tanzania and back is cheaper, then you might be less than that. So that's just, as I said, is a tentative, so you know how much if you need to save now, how much you need to secure the funds, but definitely it's gonna be less than that. Does that make any sense?
And I was going to add too that I did it last year and I'll do it again this year for some of those outings. I know sometimes Dr. Gaboni likes to try to pick up the tab, but I'll pick up the tab maybe once or twice, or who knows how many times or whatever. So, you know, we'll help with that too, in terms of going out to dinner. Believe it or not, I think the last time I did that, how much was it for dinner for everybody, for the whole group? It was like what, 15, 16?
No, it was like 16 people. It was $74, I think.
It was like $74. So I just picked up the tab on that one, and then I think she beat me one time to the waiter. So, but yeah, it's not that expensive, believe it or not, over there.
Yeah, so $1 is equivalent to 2,300 shillings. So that equivalence that way. So yes, when you said $74, yes, in the US you think, okay, maybe that's 2 people going out for dinner, but this time he was able to pay for 14 people. And I said, I think we went out, I think 3 times. One time, one of the Good Samaritan from Tanzania paid for our dinner, so which was great. Because they're so appreciative for what you guys are doing. You have no idea. A lot of things that we do, it might look small for us, but for them, it's a life-saving experience. So when we get those invitation to the local people who wants to say thank you, we go because we want to experience the Tanzanian food. So I know sometimes people want to eat pizza. There could be a Tanzanian pizza, not an American pizza. But we try to encourage everybody else to try and, you know, so you taste the food in Tanzania and enjoy the food in Tanzania. Okay, so any questions before I share my last document now? Then it will make sense for what I've just said. This is just like a document which you're gonna receive. I just wanna highlight certain things so you know when you read it, it makes sense to you. So let me go and find that document.
Actually, while everybody's, while she's looking for that document to pull it up, just to let everybody know, this was actually on the island of Zanzibar where I paid for everybody's meal. So I was thinking it was going to be extremely expensive, but it wasn't that bad at all. So, and it was a pretty popular restaurant.
Also, referring to the money part of it.
Yes.
The first year I went, I got $100 worth of shillings. I had quite a few left over, so I saved them for the second time, and I think I pretty much used the rest of that the second time. I used very little new money the second time, and now I have it left over again for this time. So it's gone a long way.
Yeah, it is. 150 usually is just the maximum. Most of the time, nobody's using that much money. I mean, if you want to like shopping, because there's some people like shopping, which is fine. There's a lot of things, you know, like the little souvenirs. That's okay, but still, like this one, I would say is $2,000, 2,000 shillings. I'm sorry, which is less than $1. So you will get a lot of stuff. So I put like 150, but you don't need to, like what Ms. Christine Behoniak said, you are not going to use that much. But I'm putting that just for planning purposes, just in case you want that. Okay, so let me share my last document, and then we allow these questions and people can share their stories. So you have, okay, do you guys see it says tentative number of participants?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we are planning to have at least 30 people or 40 people to go to Tanzania. So far I do have like probably 25 people indicated that they go, but as I said, I will get my confirmatory number when people start buying tickets. So once we have that, then we will solidify the activities. So our objective is definitely to go and provide care for this vulnerable population. Yes, we are going to be in the big city. However, the healthcare system over there compared to America is way, way different. So what I am gonna ask you, everybody who's gonna go to the hospitals, be flexible. There's a lot of stuff that you're gonna see that they're doing, it might not meet your approval. It is okay. We are there as guests and offering our services, and then they will choose to follow it or not. So just be open, and then if there's something that maybe it feels like it's out of comfort for you, let me know. We'll figure out something like that. But we are always so appreciative for what we are going to do there. Also, we're gonna go to the school. There's 830 kids. So they are really looking for us to go and help them as much as we can. You will see people live below poverty level, and these kids are the happiest ever. Because they just have the school to go to. So when we go there, we have to remember that to try and make each kid a bright day for them, that for us being there. And they always get so excited that somebody in America thought of them to be there to come and support them. So it's a very humbling experience. If you're a religious person, it's a very good thing to do for your psyche, feeling like you're giving to somebody else. Anyway, so let's go back. So we are volunteer confirmation. Of course, we're having the meeting today, which is fine. And then we're going to start figuring out, let me know what you need. We want to make sure people who need the temporary licenses, we need to complete this by the end of May to make sure we have permission to go and work in September. Make sure your passport at least does not expire in the next 6 months. Of course, from now to there, yes, it's only 5 months, but still, we don't want it to expire and then you get in trouble that you can come back to the US. We don't want to do that. So make sure you do have, I already discussed about the visa part. So this is just a documentation to walk you through for all the stuff I just explained right there. So for the visa part, you do need a 2x2 passport. You can get that to CVS or this drugstore. You can go and get the picture there. They verify that picture is appropriate for the immigration purposes, and then so you don't have to worry. Don't use your selfie to send it, they're gonna reject it. All the application is online, you don't have to send your passport or anything else. There's information I'm gonna walk you through. then you can go and put your name and passport number, and then you generate the document and you send it with $100 with the invitation letter, then you'll be good to go. And then we'll focus on other things. Immunization, we're gonna need hepatitis A. This is just because of the food contamination. It does not mean that the food is contaminated. However, you are not used to that type of food, you're not used to that type of water. So there's a lot of things that going on. Yes, that's why we select where we need to go to eat, because we already secure that area. However, still you need to have that vaccine to protect you. And we don't buy food on the road, although it looks very enticing. Please don't. We don't eat the fruits on the road without knowing. If we need the fruits, then we go to a specific area that I know for sure that it's a little bit safer and cleaner to make sure you guys don't get sick. So hepatitis A is really needed, and your doctor should be able to offer you that. All the immunization, as I said, when you follow up with your physician, they should be able to know that. Anti-malaria medication, this is according to the CDC. The website are there. You can click on those websites and you see, they will tell you exactly for Tanzania, you need this and this and this and this. Majority of us, we take Lariam, which is 200 milligrams. You take it once every week. So you take 2 weeks before you go. So let's say we're leaving on the 11th. So almost at the end of August, the last Saturday, I will take the Lariam 1 pill. And then the following Saturday, which will be the 4th of September, I will take another. And then when we're leaving, I'll take the third one. So by then your body already build up that protection, and then we get there. The next week you take another one, and then the following week you take when you come back, and then 4 more weeks, just to make sure if the mosquito bite you, then you're protected. So it's only once a week. However, there's some people who cannot take Lariam just because of the allergies or whatever. Your doctor should know that. You can take the doxycycline. This is an everyday pill. So it's a little cheaper to do that, and majority of the people usually prefer that part. But for me, usually I try not to get the pills every day because chances of forgetting increases. But if it's okay with you, then take that every day and set it on your alarm, so on your phone, to make sure you take it every day. And most of the time, I think this one you take 2 days before you leave, and then and every day you are there, right, Mr. Parang? Did you have to take 2 days or more days than that?
No, I think it was you mean afterwards and before, like a week?
Before going. Before going there.
Oh no, it's just like a day. Actually, yeah, we took it. I took it probably while we were in at the next layover right before we got into Tanzania. So yeah, the day before.
Okay. Okay, so then yeah, so it's like a day before or 2 days before, and then every day until you come back, and I believe a week after you continue for a week, because you want to build that immunity to protect you from malaria. And then of course with the COVID now, so just make sure you are immunized. With the COVID, both doses for Moderna and Pfizer, and the booster recommended definitely. If you had the J&J, make sure you get the booster also. So just to make sure we protect ourselves. And usually we do have all protective gears, the gloves, mask, and stuff with us. Last time we went, we had the shield because it was still the pandemic was going crazy. So we had the shield with us, and we wear every single time we're in the hospital. And then now we see, from now until September, what are the requirements? But in the hospital, I will still recommend that we're going to still wear the mask to make sure we are protected. Also in school, it depends on how the recommendation from CDC and travels. If they're still recommending to wear a mask for school, we're going to wear a mask at school. Remember, even if the Tanzanians are not wearing a mask, it's okay. Let them not wear a mask, but we need to protect ourselves. It does not matter. We need to protect ourselves so we come back healthy here. And then so, I added that link. It says the Tanzania recommendation as recommended by the CDC. So this is just things that you need to do before, during, and after, and with the COVID protection wise. This is the document that I found it was on the 18th. Okay, so this is just a short part. If you can screenshot and take it to your doctor to tell them these are the things that you need, then they will be able to find. Because some doctor probably they've never treated anybody from tropical areas, so they have no idea some of the medication. So just this is the part that you can screenshot and then go with the doctor, and then they'll be able to do it. Majority of them usually will go to the CDC website and find out exactly what I just show you, and they will follow it up. So an added medication is sometimes the Zofan, as I said, sometimes the doxycycline is antibiotic, it might make you a little bit queasy or your stomach is upset. So you have the Zofan just in case. So all those are prophylactic medication. You get the ciprofloxacin because of the, travel diarrhea, eating something that you're not used to. So you might have your stomach might not like it. So we always take those medication, the Zofran, ciprofloxacin or Lomotil, to take them just to try and protect ourselves. When you feel like your stomach is upset, yes. The urinary tract infection, that one, because it's a dry hair or the heat area, you might get dehydrated. And if you don't pee as often to clean up your bladder, you may get urinary tract infection. So we always take that medication, the augmentin, also to help and see if we need, you're getting sick and stuff, you have your antibiotics with you versus start going to the pharmacy and go and get it. Because sometimes whatever is ordered here might not be the same with the Tanzanian one, or go to the pharmacy in Tanzania, which happens at night. And it's not like, oh, I'm going to call the CVS, which is 24 hours. No, we don't have that in Tanzania. So having our real stash with us helps, so you'll be prepared for that. Okay, so the fun part, now the language. So in Tanzania, we speak Swahili. Majority of the people speak Swahili. Luckily, yes, we're in the city now, but like when we went to Dodoma, some areas, they don't even speak Swahili, but majority of the time, they do speak Swahili. Also, if you go to the Magnet Youth Soccer Association, the kids speak English, so you don't have to worry, we don't need to translate that. But at the hospitals, we do, we're gonna pair you with nurses from Tanzania who are gonna be able to translate for you. And I know people are learning the real language, so you can say hi to the patient. Sometimes they get excited when they hear you, somebody from America speaks Swahili, they get so excited. For the kids, people who are going to school, yes, it helps to know at least asking them what's your name, because most of the kids, if you ask them in English, they have no idea what you're talking about. So if you know it a little bit in Swahili, it might help. So the Duolingo is one way of learning those greetings, or can I have this one, do I need to go to the bathroom and stuff. So that is just a little initial things that you can start practicing now. But the Duolingo, you can walk through it, and then the more you stay there, you find out you speak a lot of Swahili. Sometimes it's unfortunate that some people, the people you meet in Tanzania, they want to learn English. So when you say them, you speak to them in Swahili, they speak back to you in English because they want to practice. Now they get somebody who speaks fluent English. They are like, oh, I'm trying to speak with them. So you will find those people. But just tell them, no, I want to learn Swahili. So you speak Swahili to me. But anyway, you just have fun, whatever you want to do, that's fine. So the travel dates are 9/11 to 9/24. Also, that's going to be confirmed after we confirm our trip. So when I was talking to the agents 2 days ago, he was telling me that if we leave on Saturday and arrive Sunday night, then we are ready to start working on Monday, so we don't lose any medical mission day. If we leave on Sunday, arrive Monday or Tuesday, we already lost 2 days. So that's why we're going to try to make sure at least we leave Saturday. The problem is that sometimes if you live in the area that you have to go to the main airport first, or international airport first before you board the international flight, then you might have to be forced to leave on Friday versus Friday night versus Saturday morning. So, but the agency is going to work so hard. Leaving time sometimes is not an issue, but arriving time in Dar es Salaam, that is an issue, because we want to make sure when you get there, everybody is there with you, and then we move all of us together to the hostel. So arriving, we're aiming to arrive there on the 11th, on the Sunday. So Monday we can start working, so we don't lose too many days. And then so we're gonna start playing around. We might end up leaving from here on Friday night or Saturday morning, like 5 in the morning, whatever, to get to the bigger airport. Let's say from me, I live in West Palm. So from West Palm to JFK, I might have to leave at 5 in the morning to arrive at JFK at 9, so I can get the flight at 11 in the morning to arrive in Dar es Salaam the next day on Sunday at 3 in the evening. So those are things that the agency is gonna work with us. He knows what exactly we need to do, and he always comes, we communicate to make sure we are all arriving at the same time. So when we're getting to the airport, we can clear all our luggages together, and we can move together to the hotel. So as of now, for the prices that I was showing you for the flight, we are talking about the only 2 airlines. Qatar is QATAR, Qatar, or Turkish airline. Those are the ones who are the closest cheap flights compared to Emirates. Emirates is a fancy, nice one, but it's too expensive. It's almost like $1,400 or $1,500. That's too much. We don't need to pay almost $500 difference, and we're getting to the same place. But if you're going on vacation, that's up to you. But if you're going as a group, we try to control the price as much as we can. safely leaving from here to arriving in Dar es Salaam. And then returning here, return back could be the 23rd or 24th. Also, it depends on how we get the flights from Qatar and Turkish Airlines. That's why the 24th is there, but definitely 24th we should be out of there. There's some people who might stay there because of the family function or something like that, but we're gonna discuss that individually. But majority of us will be coming back on the 23rd or 24th, arriving more likely 25th, either late 25th or maybe very early 26th. Okay, I think, yes, price is subject to change. And most of the bags, expectation on the flights, they always allow one personal bag, one carry-on, and then 2 bag check of 50 pounds free with the ticket. So we always worry, but we don't want the flight that allow only 150 pounds. No, we want 2 bags. So the agency knows that. So when we are choosing the prices and stuff, because he's gonna work with individual people, work with you. Yes, he's gonna give you the price for 1 bag check-in or 2 bags. And then so we want everybody to get 2 free bags. So just in case, one, you pack your own stuff, and if you have any donated stuff, we encourage you the second bag to pack the donated stuff to go and give it to Tanzania. And if you have any question, we can talk more on the side. But that's the reason that we want every ticket should come with 2 free bags of 50 pounds each. I think for the travel insurance, I've already discussed that the currency. So the $1 is equivalent to 2,200 or 23, depends on which day. Because remember, the currency of the bank is usually fluctuating. So it can be a value of 2,200 shillings or 2,300 shillings Tanzanian money. They do have ATM, but just make sure wherever the credit card you're using or the bank card you're using does not have international transaction fees. A lot of them, if you call them before you leave, and then they usually either waive it, or if your card allows that, then you don't have to pay that. So just make sure you confirm with them. I don't want you to go in the ATM, draw maybe $20, and then they charge you like $5 a transaction fee. That's not fair. There's a lot of credit card that you can get without international transaction fee, but you have to confirm that before you leave. You can use credit card over there too. So that's what I'm saying. Make sure your card does not charge you transaction fees. A lot of people doesn't, but make sure you do. I'm sorry, what?
No, I was going to say that I know some of the folks were using apps that actually did the foreign exchange amounts or totals. And so if you go into a store and you have that app on your phone,
yeah.
Or you're doing business with someone and you say, oh, I'm using this app and this is what the price turns into, it comes out in terms of dollars. They generally will accept that as the rate of exchange for
amount, yeah.
Whatever it is that you're trying to buy.
Yeah, I know people were shopping until they ran out of the Tanzanian shillings using credit card. I mean, they have beautiful things. So, but anyway. So things to pack. This is just like an overview, but we can discuss a little bit more. Towels, toiletry, just one puppy towel. Toiletries, comfortable shoes, definitely. This is not a place that you're gonna wear high heels. It's not going to work. Flat shoes, gym shoes, but they have to be appropriate. You know, like one color, something that does not absorb blood or fluid in it. So sneakers, yes, but it should be sneakers which are appropriate. We don't want them words that are offensive or something like that. Sunscreen, it's gonna be very hot. It's sunny everywhere, every day, almost like Florida weather. So sunscreen protection, please. When we go to the beach or going to the safari, then yes, sunscreen. The hat, the glasses, that's fine. Get all the extra stuff. If you need extra batteries, that's fine for chargers. You know, like those charger bank or something like that. That's fine. You can charge it at night, and then during the day you can walk around with it. That's fine. This is just over-the-counter Motrin Tylenol, Benadryl. If you have allergies or sensitive to whatever, just pack your small Benadryl bottle. So just in case if you suspect that there's any allergies, then take those pills. We do have physicians on the trip, so just in case if you're going to question something, bring your medication and stuff, and then we're gonna probably talk with Dr. Sambichaka to help us with that. If there's any issue that you have any question about the medication and stuff, something that she can advise you through the trip, then we can do that. Most of the time, I will encourage you to talk to your own physician who knows who you are. And then if there's any recommendation and stuff, then to let know Dr. Sambichaka help us with that. But I didn't ask her for that, but we can talk to her afterwards. You can bring a small flashlight just in case if you lose power. We did lose power, I think, once in the hotel, but it was only for a little bit. And then after that, we were fine. So some people don't want to be in the dark, but you can bring a little flashlight, that's fine. Sweaters, I mean, probably something light in the evening, usually, you know, like at the beach, the weather might be like, the wind might be a little bit heavier than normal. So it might be cooler than normal. You can bring that, but not heavy jackets. There's some other said is the weather like Florida. So if you've been to Florida or Texas, that's the weather you should plan with. They never had snow, so don't worry about that part. You can pack the travel pillow, you know, like when you're traveling, because the trip is too long. Sometimes the flights are almost 12, 13 hours until you get the break. So little carry-on pillow will help. You can get an extra clothes, change of clothes in your carry-on bag just in case, because it's a long trip. So you might spill something on yourself, or you want to change it because you're sweating too much. So you can bring something in the carry-on bag. Wear, because it is okay to wear pants, but I know I usually get that question more often. You can wear pants. In Tanzania, they don't restrict that, but just be respectful of the culture, and we don't need to be showing things that we should not be showing things. So cover up would be great. Emergencies, I already said, please send me your name, cell phone, WhatsApp number, and email. An email, so for the contact during the emergencies. So I have to have your family member on the speed dial. If there's anything, I need to be able to call them quickly to alert them if there's any issues or if you need help, and whatever is going on, to give them updates. That's just only for emergency purposes. And also encourage your family member to have WhatsApp group, WhatsApp number. So because the WhatsApp, I mean, once we get there and you are able to communicate with people, WhatsApp can function anywhere where there's Wi-Fi. So it's easier for them to call you. There's a video call, they can see you. Maybe they want to see you, because some people have never been out of the country. They think probably if you go outside the country, you might turn out to be something else. So they want to see you, that's okay. So just get them to download the app so they can communicate with you. My number is there, my WhatsApp number is there, and my email is right there. I can access wherever I am, and I'll be able to, if they are looking for you, they can't find you, they can call me or send me the message through the WhatsApp, and then we'll be able to update what's going on. Because remember, we're going to be in different location. Oh, I think that's the end of the document. Let me take this. We are going to be in a different location in the hospitals. So if you're in the different hospitals and maybe they're trying to find you and they can't find you, they can text me, because I will know where you are on that day, and then communicate with who is the lead person in that area, and then we can find it. Because we don't want the family to be worried about for you, or maybe there's something going on up here and they want you to know, or they need your response, so we can share that part. Is she here?
Yes, she is.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Davine. I'm excited to be going on a medical mission. I am currently at work, so I've been popping in and out. I am sorry.
No, that's okay. I can see you're wearing my scrubs.
Okay. Yay.
No, that's okay. I appreciate that. No, definitely, we're excited to get all these nurses and stuff, so that's good. So I'm gonna give you like 1 or 2 minutes of the video that I would really like people to hear a story.
I'll just add real quick that we're working on, you can't apply for the visa until you have a letter of invitation, and we're working on that right now. And I believe we're trying to get letters of invitation for everyone that goes on the mission to the school. Everybody, I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but some people are going to be going to do medical work. Some people will be helping out in the schools, but we want to make sure that the people who are doing medical work also have letters of invitation, or that it's known that they will also be participating and helping out at this in the school as well. But you need the letter of invitation, I believe, to apply for the visa. So we're
Yes. And we can't get the letter for invitation until you get the ticket, because that's how it helps us to know for sure you're going. And then we can get the letter of invitation. Okay, so I have this. Hey ladies, so tell me how far have you been doing?
Everything's great. I feel like we're making a difference. We're learning a lot about the people and their needs.
Okay, that's good. So what exciting thing have you done today?
Today, so we got to go around during rounds and meet the patients and look at the babies, touch the babies, and get more insight as to what they were here for, and yeah, and their course of treatment.
Okay, that's good. What about you, Miss Catherine?
I rounded with the doctors, and we have a lot of respiratory patients who need a lot of severe care. We're going back to our hotel now to pick up a bunch of supplies that's being donated, 5 huge bags worth. So we're gonna bring it here and sort it out and start handing.
Yay, you guys are doing very well. So congratulations and thank you for coming to Tanzania.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, asante sana.
Karibu, karibu.
Tunakuja kulia, alafu tunafanya sambaza sabuni. Ukisha sambaza sabuni unaanza kuosha kushoto, alafu unakuja kulia, alafu unakuja wapi? Alafu unakuja vidole tuweke juu, safisha vidole. Baada ya vidole tunakuja kusafisha kidole gumba. Kidole gumba. Safisha kidole gumba. Hiki kidole gumba. Ukishasafisha kidole gumba unafanyaje? Unanawa.
Okay, so there's a lot of things that people can do. You can see Miss Catherine and Miss Valentine is there. They are wearing their the logo and then the badge, because we have to be distinct of who we are going to the hospital taking care of these patients. The same thing if we are going to schools, we have to be distinct. They need to know who we are and what we are doing. So for the healthcare workers who are going to go to the hospitals, yes, you should be able to provide care working beside our counterpart, and then educate and training. So wherever you do and wherever you know, you should be able to teach and learn from what they're doing. And then so they'll be able to benefit from your presence there. So there's a lot of stuff to do. If you're not healthcare workers, there is a lot of things that you need to do with the kids, and teaching them hand washing, dental hygiene, sports and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do. Miss Catherine?
I'm here.
Yes. Anything that you want to share with people?
As far as the packing list goes, I know it's kind of early to be talking about, like you're going to pack, but I did not bring eye drops with me. So I had to borrow some from the hospital we were at. It's so dry there and I don't have that problem in Florida. So just something that to think about, that I don't know if anyone else would think to pack that.
That's a good idea. Yes, it is very dry. As I said, it's the weather kind of Florida, it's hot all the time. And then so it helps if you, your eyes get dry, then you have to have just an eye drop through the over the counter. So that will help, just keep them moist. Drinking, we are going to buy as much bottled water as we can. Everywhere we go, everybody's going to have a bottled water. I don't want you to drink from the tap. So you are going to have bottled water everywhere you go. Yes. Unless it's emergency, but please don't do that. Because your stomach is not used to that water. I don't mean that the water is not good, but it's just because you're not used to it. So I'm not sure how they treat the water and stuff. So that's why we make sure we get extra bottles of water. And then if we need to go to work with it, just you go and then label it and put it somewhere secure, then we can, we are going to have people from Tanzania, nurses from Tanzania and doctors from Tanzania who work with us. So then at least when you get to those areas, there's a secure place for us to put our stuff. when you're going to work, you're not going to have like an extra bag or whatever purse or something. No, you saw, I think Valentine was wearing that little bag on her waist. So those are, you put like a passport, because you always have to have a passport with you, because anything can happen, evacuation, this is whatever's happened. So you always have to have your passport, your identification, and then contact information and something that you need immediately with you. So you have to have that with you all the time, everywhere you go. So, and of course, those bags are big enough to put your cell phone. So because you don't want to keep holding and put it down, because the surfaces may not be as clean as what you think. It may be wiped or no dust or anything else, but I'm just saying with the germs and stuff. Because remember, you are not used to that part. People who are living there, they are used to that all the time, and then that may not affect them. But if you're going there, you want all the necessary things you have on you, and then so those big stuff, just leave it in the hotels, secure in the hotel. That's it. Any questions? Even if you're thinking of something that, oh, maybe this is too small, just ask, please, because there's probably somebody else who have not thought of it. Yes, Brenda?
Hello?
Miss Jessica, yes? Come close, come close, come close.
I don't hear, sorry, I use
There
my
you go,
phone.
perfect. Mhm.
Now you can hear me.
Yes.
I want you to request one thing about the training you're going to do to Muimbili, Mwananyamala, and Buguluni. But according to my experience, I'm just like a customer. From our point of view, we face a problem for customer care. Please, can you help us to training, especially nursing in Tanzania? I don't know what's happened to them. According to the patients, they don't take care. They don't know how to handle the patient. So I'm just requesting you guys at least to spare some time to teach them how to handle the patient. That is my request.
No, thank you. That is also included in when we are doing all this transition newborn care. So we will be teaching by demonstrating. So if I'm holding a baby, this is how I'm talking to the patient and about the baby. So they will be able to see that part, but yes, and mentioning that the patient usually takes the priority. We are all there for the patient. Without the patient, we don't have a job. So we have to be able to provide this care for this patient and take care of this patient. And yeah, so we will definitely include it. And thank you for bringing it up. And we're gonna remind all the facilitators who are going to be providing all this education, because we are going to do education almost 3-4 months before we get there. So that is one of the things that we will definitely make sure everybody inform the healthcare worker who are coming to the training, to make sure that the patient is the priority there, and the patient needs to understand. So educate and take care of them, and of course respect the patient, because they are sick and they're coming to ask for our help. So we have to be respectful and take care of them. Yeah.
Okay. And another problems, I don't know, maybe if you have a patient, for example, in the hospital, and you asking next some questions, but sometimes he said like waiting for doctor to explain. I don't know what's happening.
No, so that's the part also, definitely. We're gonna have to work with them when we are talking to them for teaching purposes. Yes, we're gonna be like, this is how we communicate with the patient, because we are big in education and training. So if we're big in education and training, that means we have to be able to show them how you take care of the patient. When we are there on the unit, this is how you're gonna be talking to the patient. This is how you're gonna educate the patient. If the patient has a question, you allow the patient to have the question and then you answer them right there in front of them, so that we see by demonstration versus just telling them, okay, you need to answer the question for the patient. Because I agree with you. That part, sometimes the nurses are not there when the doctors are talking to the patient. So when the patient asks the nurse about whatever the treatment, the nurse has no idea what the doctor said. And that creates a confusion, because yes, one thing, the nurse might not know what the doctor said. In second, the nurse should have known, then you should have been there when the doctors are making rounds. So that is one of the things that also we're gonna encourage the doctors and nurses to do same round the same time. So the nurses are informed when the doctors are not there and the patients are asking those questions. So the nurse should be informed to educate the patient what is discussed, what's the plan of care. And then so those are things that, yeah, it's included in our education. Then yes.
Okay, so are you going to educate all the nurses, or you can combine it together as nurses and the doctors?
We're working with nurses and doctors, all the education now, nurses and doctors at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay, thank you.
Request granted, Jessica.
Any other questions about the trip? How many people are going?
Harriet.
Yes, Dr. Gwen.
I have anesthesia books that I want to donate. So I wanted to find out, are we sending a barrow ahead of time, or are we taking things with us? Because the books are pretty heavy.
So it's both. So we are going to send you the shipping by mid-June. And that's
Okay.
why we're announcing everybody who has stuff right now, donated stuff, and either they want to ship them to me, or we're going to ship them to the person who is going to collect stuff. They need to let me know so we can make those arrangements. All those heavy stuff, as you said, the books and stuff, we want to ship them ahead of time before we get there. And then usually we know our fellow human beings, they're going to start probably giving us in August or stuff. So those are things that we can put on the second free bag so to take with us. So those are usually should be probably the smaller stuff.
Okay, and what about scrubs? Are they provided for us, or do we take our own?
So the organization is going to provide at least one set of scrub, and then with a couple of t-shirts. And then the rest of people will just add their own scrubs, dark color scrubs.
Okay.
Unless we get people who are donating, because last year the organization did not have the money. So last year somebody donated the money for the part of this to buy the scrubs. Because we had the scrub that has the logo to say healthcare workers and train the community, medical mission for that time. And then it was, I think per person, it was like $35 because it has to be embroidered to it. So somebody donated anonymously, donated half of it, and then half of it the organization pay for it.
Okay.
So there's a certain, I mean, the more we collect the money, so people who are giving money for specific group, maybe for the neonatal resuscitation or for anesthesia or for vision screening. And then some people donate for the whole organization and some people donate for specific medical mission. So those people who are donating specific for medical mission, so those logistic things that if we have transportation to try and alleviate some expenses for the volunteer, then the medical mission, actually the organization might donate the money for that part. Or if somebody donates specific, I say, I'm gonna help to buy t-shirts for the volunteer. So then that usually help money. So if we get more money, we add it to either scrubs or whatever is needed for the volunteer instead of charging the volunteer themselves.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. Yes,
So somebody's going. Hi, I would have a question. What are buying the tickets? Are we buying it by ourselves, or are we all going through the same agent? Like I'm kind of like sending the money, or
yeah, we're buying through the same agency so we can be in the same flight.
So are we going to get the information for the agent, or should I send you the money for the ticket?
No.
Oh, okay.
So if you tell me you are going, then I'm going to give you this is information. This is how you contact him. Yes. So there's like a little information. Yes. So once somebody says, okay, I'm going. So then, okay, this is the agent's information. So then because they're going to work with you to see which airport you are coming from, and then they're going to give different prices. Let's say you live in the city where you can go to this airport or this airport or this airport. And then so they will walk you through which airport is the cheapest and which one is convenient for you to get there. And then and then you pay through to them, yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
because we want, I mean, if everybody buys on their own, chances is we might not get there at the same time. It's going to be hard for me to secure, to make sure everybody has their visa, everybody are cleared the airport, and everybody goes to the hostel where we're going to be staying. So we go to this agency. So then the agency knows this is the time that everybody should arrive. So he's going to work his own magic to make sure everybody get there at this time. And then, yeah.
Makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. See, I told you have a good questions.
I have a
Any other
question.
questions? Yes.
Yep. So for those of us who are nervous to fly alone, is it possible to work with him to get us to a point where like you are or something?
Yes.
Before we go? Okay.
Yes. Yes. So for example, I am going with one of my sons. So he's coming from Cincinnati, comes to Miami with me, and then we're gonna board together.
That sounds like a good idea. Okay.
No, I mean, that makes sense. That's why the reason we use one agency. So because he can secure a lot of flights, a lot of seats in one plane. So majority of us can be on one plane. Yes, right now it's going to be a big group. I mean, we are aiming 30 to 40 people. So chances it could be 2 flights, which is fine as long as we get there. So if maybe 10 goes to this flight and then 10 or 15, maybe we'll meet on the layover Istanbul or Doha, and then we'll meet in Dar es Salaam, all of us the same day. So because those 2 airlines, Turkish is not as, it's not a big airline group compared to Qatar. So those big cities might be lucky to get a Turkish airline versus the small cities. So as you, Amy was asking, you can come to your local airport, join us to the bigger airport or international airport, and then connect to the one of those 2, either Qatar or Turkish airline. As I said, the agency is going to make work with you. If you connect too many times, of course, expenses. So we don't want people to pay too much. So that's why we have those 2 airlines to make sure if your city is close to, I mean, has Qatar airline fly from that airport. So then it's going to be easier for you to join us that way. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, we want to go as a group because it's good to go the group. It's, I mean, it's the excitement starts when we check in the bag. Last time it was me, Miss Valentine, and Miss Catherine. We left from West Palm Beach, we went to JFK. Then we joined everybody else at Doha. So Mr. Siakabe came from Virginia and then joined us to Doha. Miss Christine Behunia came to Buffalo, to JFK, to Doha. So we all met at Doha because it was easy. And then from there, we jumped together to Tanzania. Yeah, so it was so much fun.
Well, I also noticed like your lovely attire, your shirt that you have on today.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Where is it better to is it better to donate with the idea being getting the team, you know, a matching shirt, or is it better to tell you or ask you how much it is to purchase those? Like, what's the best way?
Oh, the t-shirt you mean?
Uh-huh.
So
or something. I don't know.
No, that's a good idea. So, I mean, those are the discussion that probably we can have. So routinely, like last year, because we were getting to be in the groove of going to the medical mission, so there was 10 of us. So we wanted to look as a group wherever we go. So although we didn't travel wearing the t-shirts, but as soon as we get to Tanzania and in our hotel and start taking our stuff, everywhere we went to the hospital and school, we were wearing the same thing. So it was consistently, everybody would know, oh, there's QHSC person is going to the bathroom, is going to the kitchen. So we had, because if just in case you get lost, they'll be like, are you looking for somebody else? So we saw the other person that way. So it's easier that way. I know sometimes people travel with the same t-shirt, the same, so you can see, okay, this QHSC medical mission group going, that's fine. This is just a regular t-shirt for the QHSC. I mean, I just love that one. If people, that's what they want for traveling purposes, so we can wear that day so everybody knows who belongs where. That's when it's something that we can discuss. it's easier for me to order them in there, and then you say, okay, I'm paying for my ticket, and this is how much, I'm gonna find out how much it is now, because I bought this for almost 2 years now. We can get that, and then people contributing that get that t-shirt for their own sake, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll be contacting you.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Any other questions? The food, I'm gonna just encourage you guys, be open with the food. They always have fresh food all the time because we don't have the refrigeration to keep the food forever. So every single time is something cooked fresh. And some of the things are appealing to your eyes and some of the things may not. So if you're worried about something that you're not sure about it, just ask. There'll be a lot of Tanzanian people or people who've been there already can tell you what it is. And don't be shy, ask what is in there. And if we have allergies, please let me know so I can find out maybe that allergy, the name of things that you are allergic to in Swahili. So you can ask, is this thing in wherever you're cooking it? And then so try to avoid that and make arrangements, because I don't want you to get stomach ache or anything else like that because of we missed that opportunity to notify them. Where we are staying, we're getting breakfast every morning. If there's any allergies, please let me know ahead of time, then I will tell them. If there's something that they have to fix separate from the group, that's fine. They are, yes, I got you, Dr. Glendo. So we're gonna fix that part, yes. We're gonna explain it and make sure that it's addressed.
What kind of fish do they usually have?
Oh, there's a huge variety. There's those from the ocean. Oh, Jessica, I know they have, I know the name in Swahili, that's the problem. But I can find out. I know there's like a tilapia, there's
No, other than tilapia.
You eat tilapia?
No.
No,
I don't
okay.
eat tilapia.
What about the catfish?
No.
What about the sniper? Snapper,
Yeah.
whatever?
Snapper.
Snapper, yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
I can
eat
eat
that?
that. Yeah.
What about salmon?
Yes, definitely salmon.
Yes, they have a lot of it because it's next to the beach. So they have a
Okay.
lot of fish there. Mhm.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, so if you those preference, then definitely I need to know so we can make sure it's included. That's the
Mhm.
accommodation for the hostel that we will be staying. They were asking, said, tell us things that we make sure they will include on the meals. And then, so yeah, definitely that, because usually they do like a buffet.
Do they make chai tea?
They make a chai tea, said?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Do they make chai? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we grow chai, different chai.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Mar-
I discuss it.
Marsala?
Huh?
Is it the marsala?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
they do masala.
Okay, cool. Right. I drank a lot of that when I was in Kenya, so it's fine.
Yes, no, they cook a lot of masalas, yeah.
Okay. All right, good.
Yeah, so the breakfast is like loaded. I mean, whatever we want to be in the breakfast is gonna be included. So just let me know, especially if there's an allergies and stuff or something that you have, like what Dr. Gwen Randall was telling me. I can add them on the list and let them know. They're always open because there's a big group for us and they're excited to accommodate that. And they did ask me, okay, oh, do you guys want spaghetti or macaroni?
Ah.
I said, we're coming to Tanzania, we need to eat Tanzanian food, but if somebody really wants macaroni and spaghetti, it might be a little bit different. But yes, so they offer that. So I laughed so hard. And I'm like, what about lasagna? I'm like, the lasagna I know in America is way different from the lasagna I know in Tanzania. However, they will try.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and if we're
Exactly.
traveling more like we usually have, like a catered food specifically for our trip, like almost like a box lunch. So we don't have to stop by in the local roads to buy food. But as I said, I worry, I don't want anybody to get sick. I want things that are cooked to the fully cooked, not just on the road and buy stuff like the local residents.
So my question is, we fly to Qatar at Doha and then from there straight to Tanzania?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's one of the airline. And then people who will be in the Turkish, we go from wherever you are to Istanbul and then straight to Dar es Salaam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're gonna try and make sure we have only one layover because we don't want too many like in and
Yeah,
out, and like the international,
yeah.
it's so stressful, like going through the security and over and over and over. Every country has their own. So we're gonna try to have at least one layover. I mean, we have to have one layover because there's no direct flight to Dar es Salaam. But wherever we are, we get to Dar es Salaam and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. I'll leave from Miami to Qatar and then Qatar to Tanzania.
Yes, so that's good because we're going to be also from Miami to Istanbul because I think my ticket, the cheapest one was for the Turkish. But also, people who are getting Qatar from Miami to Doha to Dar es Salaam, which is fine. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so then if you're taking it from Miami to Doha, then whoever they're coming either from Virginia or Washington or Delaware or North Carolina, they can come to Doha also, and then we all arrive in Dar es Salaam. I believe the Doha arrived, the Qatar arrived, I think it's in the afternoon. And then Turkish, I believe, arrived very early in the morning, which is fine because we are going to be in Dar es Salaam. Even if there's a span difference time, I'll be back to come and get you. Or if not me, then Miss Jessica there is right there. She's gonna be helping me with that. So, but we make sure we all arrive at the same day. Yes.
Is there only one airport in Tanzania?
No, there's more, but we're just going to the one in Dar es Salaam because that's where we're going to be doing the medical mission. There's another one for the KIA, K-I-A, Kilimanjaro International Airport, but that one you have to board another flight. So we're trying to avoid all those stuff.
So which one are we flying into?
Dar es Salaam, that's Nyerere International Airport. Nyerere.
What is it?
Nyerere.
Nyerere. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the one in Dar es Salaam. That's what we want because that's the biggest in the country, and we're arriving there. We don't want to keep boarding back and forth. Last year we have to stop in Dar es Salaam and board another flight the same day in the evening to Dodoma. So that was a long trip.
Yeah.
Yes.
What, Miss Kristen?
Yes, it was
It was
very long.
I know because
I was so tired.
I know we arrived at 6 in the morning and we stayed. We went and ate and came back at 3 in the evening and boarded another flight. So that was too much. Yeah.
But it was a wonderful trip. It was well worth.
Yes, that was excellent. Definitely, that was excellent. We had too much fun, I think.
Yes, I think we did. Ninasoma Kiswahili, and when I was reading about tambi, it said sweet tambi. What is that?
Oh, that's a snack. It's like it's almost like Cheetos, but it's very skinny, like very thin. So they almost looks like a spaghetti, but they're very thin and very sweet. That's loaded with sugar.
It translated to sweet spaghetti. And I'm like, what?
Yes, it's very thin, like spaghetti shape, but almost like very crunchy, like Cheetos. The same color, but it's very loaded with sugar. So those are snacks.
Right.
And people can pack a dry snack in their bag just to, like sometimes people wants to chew on something. There's a lot of snacks over there, the cookies, the biscuits and stuff. There's a lot of them there. So if somebody wants it, then it's there.
It seems like we were always eating, just eating.
I think we were eating too much. That's the problem. Because the breakfast was heavy. The lunch was heavy. The dinner was heavy. But
yeah,
we were working too hard, so we deserve that.
Right.
And working hours is long, so usually we start at 7 o'clock. That means we have to wake up earlier than that, and then we have to board the shuttle to go to where we're supposed to, like 7:15, 7:30. We got there, and then so we had to go to prayer and stuff, and then start working. 8 o'clock, that's the round started. And then we were there, we eat lunch at the hospital, and then we were there until 5:30 or 6. And sometimes we stay there until 8 because Miss Catherine and Miss Valentine here, they were delivering babies and they didn't want to leave until the baby came out. So people have so much time when I'm begging them, can we go back now? They're like, no, we're having a baby. Until the baby was born. It was very nice of them.
That's not the first time I made you stay with me to deliver a baby. I always make you stay with me. I'm like, we can't leave, this baby's coming.
No, but that was a very good experience though. I was happy you guys were able to. So, I mean, you'll be embedded on those care, and it's encouraging to see things that you can do, things that, oh, Miss Catherine didn't even tell them the story about the incentive spirometers. I always brag about it. So when she got there and seeing the patient during rounds and realized somebody have surgery and did not, I mean, like they're breathing a little bit, they're labored breathing. And then so she's asking about if the patient, I mean, if they have like incentive spirometer, and realizing that they have no idea what is incentive spirometer. So luckily, last time we bought a lot, I think almost like what, 25 or 30 of them. We took them with us. So the next day she got one, and when she was teaching everybody who can listen about the incentive spirometer. So then I said, that was your first job as a nurse, an international nurse, and save somebody's life. So when you think, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do, even teaching incentive spirometer is a big deal. And so we were so happy. She was able to teach the nurse and the doctors how to use the incentive spirometers, teaching the patient how to use the incentive spirometers. And the patient was so happy because she helped them. They were able to breathe better.
A lot of them were crazy, but I did help them.
Yes, so I mean, it's a lot of stuff you can do. Ms. Valentine was teaching how the moms, how to newborn transitioning, how, you know, like the importance of protecting the child with the, from losing heat, wearing those little hat mittens, the onesies, the diapers and stuff, and then bundle them up. They were so happy. They were throwing everywhere. They're asking, okay, where am I getting my bundle of supplies? Like, you know, the hat, the onesie, the diaper clothes, stuff. So those things. Yeah. So any contribution that you can do, it's really, really needed, and they will appreciate that. I know I have my new students here, my nursing students, and then they always were asking me before, like, okay, what am I going to do? I said, I'll put you to work. I know I'll put you to work, and you'll be able to do a lot of things. So don't feel like you don't have the knowledge. You do. A lot of stuff that you're doing in the clinical here, over there, they don't even do it. Yes, they learn probably in the lecture part, theory part, but not in the clinical setting. So wherever you know, he's going to help. Ms. Bree here is going to help us with postpartum hemorrhage teaching, and you know, like the education, working with the nurses in the unit as they deliver those babies. So she's going to be a busybody there. Try massaging fundus and doing the Foley catheter and straight catheter for these moms. Yeah, but remember also the Foley catheter, they don't even have them. That is as simple as it can be to prevent postpartum hemorrhage. So yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that we need to do. And so when Bree is going to be joining the team for the postpartum hemorrhage teaching before we get there, and Dr. Gwen Rand also is going to work from the anesthesia standpoint with the postpartum hemorrhage. So that will help. Miss Anne Schneider also is going to be in that group. We're just waiting to get confirmation, people sign up what you guys do. So then we put you in the specific group so we can start working on it. Because it doesn't make any sense for me to line up people and then find out you're not going to be able to go, or you won't be able to participate in any of the teaching. And I'm already putting you on the list on the group for teaching. So, but yeah, so we're gonna get busy this month of May and to get stuff going. But I know sometimes people will be like, oh, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yes, you will know. You will get. That's all we need is 30 people, at least 30 people. So I thank you for you guys coming and listening in, but I'm always, yes, don't feel that the questions are so small or anything else, just ask. We're gonna share those questions and we'll be able to let you know what we can do to make sure this medical mission is successful. Okay. Any questions, anybody? Anything that I forget? I'm sure you're gonna text me, which is fine. Let me know. You just wait to know, and then I can send, let me know then you are going, so then we can start sharing that information with the agency. Probably by Monday, because I know if I give you the information right now and you send, he's gonna probably call you, hound you like every single time. You know, people who are doing business. They'll be like, okay, are you ready? Are you ready? I'm like, no, just let me think first. But yeah, so probably within a week or so, I mean, this coming week, we need to get those tickets, and then so I can get the letter of invitation addressing to you guys. And then that information for, it's on the bottom of one of the documents, that information which I need so I can get for the letters for invitation, so people can start working. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you, and we will see you soon, and keep plugging away, and let's work and get this. That's okay, then that's fine. Vivian, I know she's working, but no, that's okay. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm gonna send the information through the email, and then please let me know all the questions and stuff so we can keep going. Okay.
Asante sana.
Asante kushukuru.
Asante. Bye.
Bye. Asante kushukuru. Bye, Miss Brenda. Bye, Miss Bri.
Bye.